Welcome, pollinator ambassadors. We know that gardens are important for providing habitat for pollinators. We're going to dig into the details with our Pollinator Garden Buffet game to show you how to teach other people about the important value of these gardens for pollinators. We know that flowers are important food sources for all pollinators. Bees get all of their carbohydrates from nectar and their protein from pollen. A lot of other pollinators like wasps, flies, and moths are really focused on nectar, which they need to fuel their flights. In addition to these food sources, gardens can also be important shelter for pollinators. Would you like to be a pollinator superhero? Play the Pollinator Garden Buffet game to learn how. To play, you'll need the board and the cards organized by color. You'll need to add points at the end of the game. If you don't want to do that in your head, print out some score tally sheets. There are lots of cards here, so let's check them out. Different colored cards correspond to different elements of your garden. Most important for your garden is foraging habitat. These are the flowers that we love seeing in our gardens. Foraging habitat cards are divided into 3 seasons of bloom. Yellow cards have spring flowers, green cards have summer flowers, and orange cards have fall flowers. Notice that some cards have 2 colors. These flowers bloom across 2 seasons. In addition to foraging habitat, bees need places to make their homes. Brown cards have bee nesting habitat. To increase the positive impact of your garden, you can engage in community actions. Blue cards have community actions. Some foraging habitat cards have an icon in the bottom corner. These icons highlight special features of these flowers. The caterpillar represents plants that are host plants for caterpillars. For example, there are over 20 different kinds of butterflies and moths that feed on goldenrod plants as caterpillars. The bee represents plants that provide pollen for specialist bees. Specialist bees can only eat pollen from a limited set of plants. Check out the back of the card for more information to help you create your garden and engage your community. Now we're ready to play Pollinator Garden Buffet. To play, we'll place cards on the board to create our Pollinator Buffet. When choosing cards, you can represent your garden, or you can design a garden to reach the highest level. Start by choosing 3 foraging habitat cards for each season and place them on a matching foraging habitat season. Next, pick your nesting habitat and community action cards. You can choose multiple nesting or community action cards. Don't forget about the pesticide action card. This one will be important for scoring later. Now, add your points and see how you did. If you followed the instructions and put 3 flowers in the foraging habitat for each season, you get 30 points. Look for those special icons in the bottom right corner of your foraging habitat cards to get extra points for foraging habitat for specialist bees or larval host plants. You also get extra points for having trees or shrubs or a bee lawn. Next, look in the star at the bottom right corner of your nesting habitat and community action cards. Add those points to your total. You get the most points if you use no pesticides on your pollinator garden. Total your points in each section and then total each section to get your overall score. Let's see how you did.
All right.
90 points, pollinator champion.
Excellent.
All right. If you reach the pollinator champions or pollinator sidekicks level, don't worry. You're also providing a lot of good habitat. If you're determined to reach pollinator superhero status, make sure you provide a wide range of nesting habitat and food for specialists, as well as taking community actions. Thank you for engaging your communities with the Pollinator Garden Buffet game. Learning more about pollinator gardens will help people to provide for pollinators and also result in more beautiful pollinator gardens for all of us to enjoy. To get more details about creating and maintaining pollinator habitat, check out the Habitat Assessment Guide for Pollinators in yards, gardens, and parks.